How's it going? Back to painting. A little bit of trap prep. I got some time. I painted all the 1.5s, number 11s yesterday. Let me flip the camera. Took all the traps off all our fish stakes. That ain't all of them. We got more. Got all the 220s and 160s in 2 totes instead of all over. Got all the 1.5s except for odds and ends that we don't really use. But yeah, we'll go up here. Painted all these last night. Guys, what you want to look for is hey, how's it going? Doing a little trap prep, getting the shed all cleaned up. Flip the camera around. I showed you guys last week what it looked like in here. It looks a little... That's just a bunch of old random stuff that Dale picked up somewhere, and it's got the angle iron stakes on it. We just got to take the traps off. Got all the conibears into, well, in and on 2 tubs. Stakes, 8 stands, another trap bucket. I got all the traps off the fish stakes that we could take off. We still got a couple that's put on with S hooks and J hooks, and I don't mess with them. Part of our Clay Creek cage traps. Hopefully we get to use them this year. Just some random number 1s that Dale picked up somewhere. Alright, let's go up here. I got the rack all cleaned off. Don't really have a whole lot of paint left. All I got left to paint is all of my number 4 Dukes. And I've been throwing around the idea of selling these Sleepy Creeks. Don't get me wrong, I love the trap. The lever could be a little bit taller, but with all this and everything I got in the shed, I ain't gonna have time to set another. I think there's 51 Sleepy Creeks there or something like that. But yeah, here's some fish stakes. This is the T-stake, just weld a piece of crossbar, bolt, whatever. Some people welded nails on top. I don't really like that. But take a chance stabbing your wrist if you do it wrong, or cutting yourself at least, or poking the palm of your hand, putting fish on. You'll notice all ours have wire on them. That wire is very important for 2 reasons. Now, if you have one of these, we'll start with this one. This is a spinner. This is one that I got introduced to when I was really young. First got my driver's license. I used to see Dale and George Scouse sets all over. And not just theirs, but theirs you could tell because of the spinny disc. So, first year I actually had extra money. I went out and, traps was a little cheaper back then. I bought 10 dozen Sleepy Creek number 11 double jaws. And I went and bought a bunch of used traps. Like this. This was some of my first setups. This one's the only one I got left out of that whole bunch, thanks to thieves around Wapello County, Davis County. None of them made it to Van Buren County. I had to switch over to T-stakes to remake them. But anyways, this one's got a washer below, a washer on top, and looks like about a 1/4 inch flat disc. And then your S-hook fastens your traps on. This is kind of the same concept, but you don't have to have no washers. They just put a little bubbles of weld above and below, and a little smaller. You can do the same thing with a washer. This one's got a ring with 2 Muddy Dukes on it, and this is the ones that you got to worry about having a piece of wire on. Well, you don't really have to worry about it, but I highly recommend it. It serves 2 purposes. First, the obvious is to hold your fish on. You know, if you got 3 or 4 sets down there and something goes down and robs them all because you don't have wire, then you're wasting a trip down, you're wasting bait and everything else. So we always wire our piece of fish on, or I've used muskrat, you name it, I've stuck it on there. And second of all, you loop it around here in case you would happen to be in like a sandy soil or a soft mud bottom. They pull your stake, your traps are less likely to slide off your stake. And now you got a drag, and usually they don't go too far at all. That's a few of the fish stakes. And the reason these ones ain't done is because I gotta wash the traps. They're all muddy, and I went ahead and redid the other traps. Oh, I'll flip this thing around. We'll go in the shed and see some of the progress in this mess. As if y'all can't tell, I'm kind of ready for season. Not so much here in Iowa, but I'm going to have a good season this year down south. I'm going to flip the camera. Got all the dog proofs tubbed up. This is full of 3s, 4s, no BS, bunch of Dukes on the bottom, double long springs. There's another tub with some couple 850s, some number 2s, number 3s. There's a 50-gallon tub full of 1.5s and 11s. Another tub on top. There's all the earth anchors I picked up. Cable extensions. That's just random miscellaneous stuff we got to take. That 5-gallon bucket's full of snares. I think there's 10 dozen in there. And then we got some down south already, so we should be good there, hopefully. Chain extensions, stabilizers. That's just all the conibears that I have picked up this year, not counting all the ones I picked up last year. That's just mine. Dale's is still outside, so I think we're good on conibears. 8 stands. Picked up that there's 30 pounds of wire there. Got a heck of a deal on it at the Iowa. Flip this camera. Yeah, don't mind the mess in here. But I'm going to start doing quite a few more videos. This fall, we're going to have a really busy season down south. Try to do a video every day. Some spots we can't post them because we don't have internet. A little bit of backlog of my trapping. Started trapping muskrats with my grandpa, and then it grew from there. Then figured out we could trap the road ditches, and then it was on. Around Wapello County, I had a lot of farmland when I was younger. But as the older people passed away, you know, younger generations didn't want nobody in there. So you lose it just as fast as you gain it. But then I figured out the road ditch thing. I ran across Dale and, like I said, George Scalf. And about back then, there was nothing to have 4 or 5 people in the ditch. Me and Dale hadn't always been close friends, but we've known each other. We trapped around each other for 30 years at least. And then it became, "Hi, my name's Mike. I got a problem." Yep, buying traps. And early 2000s was the first year that I caught over 1,000, and it was 1,187. Did it numerous times after that. Back then, we was getting decent money out of what we was catching. Back then, all but the coyotes. I didn't hit the coyotes real hard until I started snaring. Then I loved snaring coyotes in the snow. And moved down here, got married. Life, worked full-time job, ran trap line, got up at 1:30, 2 o'clock in the morning, ran traps before work and after work, had 2 separate lines. Came home, skinned till 10, 11, did that for probably 6 years. Took 1 year, I didn't take the whole year off, but I went bow hunting. Found out that was a lot of time. Shot a lot of deer, but sitting waiting on that one great big one, it gets boring. I said, heck with it, I'm going trapping. But yeah, there's a little backlog. I'll have to fill in some more stuff on some more videos. I'm going to start doing a little scouting. I think I'm going to try to tag out Iowa cats first week of season. Probably public land and 1 piece of private land I got. I'd like to put them Clay Creek cages to use. I think I got 7, Dale's got 3. We should have a good time. So yeah, thank everybody. I thank you all for watching. I don't do this for a big following. I just do it for people, try to help. Just share the adventures. I will catch you all on the next. Have a good one.